Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I am Joe. We got the third gen in the garage today for a cheap and easy upgrade, much needed upgrade for this one and probably a lot of your third gens as well. Something that's going to save you a lot of money and hopefully keep the inside of your car a lot quieter and a lot cleaner. Stay tuned. Yes, that's right. 20 years old, some of them 25 years old. The weather stripping is suffering. It is deteriorating. It's broken. It has been worn down and it is not sealing anymore. This is my daily driver and my work car. And where I work, there is a lot of dust and dirt, very fine dust and dirt. It gets everywhere, which, you know, in itself, big deal. But it smells bad too. It's like dirty construction, industrial, just does not smell good. So I'm trying to keep that out of my car as much as possible. Weather stripping for the third gen is readily available. You can get it. I priced them out. I think it's like $120-ish per door, which if you've got a really nice third gen, it'd be a worthwhile investment. This one, not so much. So I took to eBay and Amazon and I came up with a pretty good solution. Let's head over to the driver's door and take a look. There you can see at the bottom of my driver's door, the weather stripping is totally deteriorated. Pretty common, you know, in older vehicles, your feet are dragging in and out of it, and it just, you know, it's rubber. It breaks down. It's getting smashed in between the door there all the time. And like I said, it's, I don't know, it's just too expensive to buy any, you know, OEM stuff, at least for me, for this particular vehicle. If it was the GX, you know, I probably would consider paying the money for some OEM stuff. So like I said, I turned to eBay. And I found this stuff. Now this is basically the exact same type of thing. It's got a channel there and it's metal reinforced so that it clips really good, it bites good, it's got a little grippy teeth in there. And yes, on the door, your current weather stripping will look like it's, you know, oval. Well, it's because it's smashed. It probably was round from the beginning. Now I have already done a door with this stuff, so I know that it does actually work. This is a 24-foot roll that I got from Amazon. I bought a 10-foot roll originally from eBay thinking it would be enough, and it was, I think it was $18, $19. And it was like 6 inches short, so I had to cut 6 inches out of the old one. And, you know, I just did it on a part of the door that's not going to see a lot of, you know, traffic. Not a huge deal, especially, again, for a daily driver like this. So I got a longer roll this time. See if maybe we can get 2 doors out of this longer roll, now that I know how long it needs to be. Let's go over and start putting it in. Now, of course, another thing, along with the deterioration of the weather stripping, they shrink and they pull away from the door, and then you get a gap in there, and you can try to wedge them back in there and glue them back in there, but it just never really works. Pretty simple, not much assembly or disassembly required. I have donned some rubber gloves because all of the old glue, and it gets really sticky and nasty, and all the dirt that's in there. It's pretty gross. My hands ended up pretty nasty last time. Really, the only thing that you really need to remove is the floor jamb. A couple of the other panels you can just kind of pop out of the way if you need to. Do that real quick. Pop this up and out of the way. This side piece is just got a couple clips. You can kind of pop that out of the way there, and we should probably be good to go now. Pull that out. That kick panel kind of popped up and out of the way when I removed the weather stripping. I would pick a place that's not going to see a lot of traffic for your joint. Yes, it's not a one-piece gasket like the OEM ones would be. I usually kind of pick up in front of the door. And the front door is maybe not right behind the fender, kind of like right at the bottom of the A-pillar. I feel like is a good spot. You could glue this into place. They make actual weather strip adhesive, and actual weather strip adhesive works better than any other adhesive. Ask me how I know that. But surprisingly enough, this stuff really clamps into place. You know, yeah, so far. We'll see how 3 months of Iowa summer treats it, but so far so good on the back door. It's been about a week and I haven't noticed any shrinkage or it moving or falling off. There's a little bit of glue and stuff, you know, tackiness left on this door. And I'm doing this in real time so you guys can kind of see how this is going on. You don't need any special tools at the end to trim it down. I will show you that once we get there. Like I said, it is metal reinforced, but it is like corrugated. It's got like a spine in it, so it's little pieces of metal, which allows you to get nice bends on the corners of the doors, and then you can just cut the rubber in between those ribs. And like, you don't need a metal cutoff wheel or a pair of tin snips or dikes or anything. Just a regular old razor blade. Man, this stuff, for how much this, I think this roll was $25. I'll link this stuff down below. Like I said, this roll was from Amazon. The first roll that I got was from eBay. Came in different packaging, but as far as I can tell, it is exactly the same stuff, which obviously makes a lot of sense. I'll get this last corner. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut this. Yes, I jumped the video a little bit. There was some boogery seam sealer down at one of the panel joints, so I had to get a pair of snips and kind of trim that down. Now, I would recommend cutting this a little bit longer, you know, like an 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch longer than you think it might need, just so that you can wedge it in there, and if there is any shrinkage, you'll be all right. Plus, you know, it just gives it a little bit more room to wedge into where it needs to go. All right, real quick, let's cut one just kind of on the bench test, just to show you guys how to do it if you're a little apprehensive about it. Mark approximately where you need to cut it. Get your razor blade, and you can kind of see the ribs here. Each one of those is an individual piece of metal. And just make a cut, you know, where you think you approximately need to be. It's not going to, you know, hurt, you know, if you're a 32nd of an inch off either way. Get down to the metal there, and then just kind of start popping it apart, and then you can see there is going to be a gap. And that is where you can make a cut, of course, on either side, wherever you want. And that will get you through the metal. Like I said, when I was doing this, I had pin snips and Dremel tool already because I thought I was going to have to cut. But this makes a lot of sense as you need to be flexible going around door jams, and then just, you know, nice and easy, go through, and you can get through both pieces of metal. I'm really impressed how well this stuff works. Here we all are finished up yet. You know, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of a gap. I suppose you could even put like a piece of Gorilla Tape over that. I don't really care. My biggest thing was the deteriorated stripping down here, and then the fact that it was pulling away from the corners and letting in air and stuff. And it just, the sound is so much better when you're closing it. The back door is such a more solid sounding door close. You have to close the door like just a hair heavier than you normally would. Probably as hard as you would have had to do it when it was brand new, I suppose. Like I said, this has been in here a week, and it's starting to get a little oval shaped, but it seals so much better. I can't wait to get my wheel bearings replaced and get all 4 of the door seals redone. This thing ought to be so quiet going down the road. There you have it. That was pretty easy. Like I said, I cannot wait to get all 4 sides of that done. I don't know if that same stuff will work on the hatch. I will check on that and get back to you guys. I never looked at how my hatch seal looks. But anyway, we're gonna do a bunch of cheap and easy mods like that for the 3rd gen. For me, just trying to make this a little bit better daily driver without sinking a ton of money into it, because no, it is not mint. But then again, it is a 3rd gen, so it's probably never gonna lose too much value as long as I can keep up with the maintenance and keep taking care of it. I'm pretty happy with that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and turn those notifications on. This is a lot of what we do around here. Let's be honest, mostly Toyota stuff, and of course Lexus GX. Same thing. Cheap and easy DIY off-roading stuff, just for the weekend warrior, if you want to call me that, I guess. Anyway, follow the links in the description over to my Instagram and Facebook as well, where I post all of my day-to-day life stuff besides just YouTube things. And of course, if you have any questions you want to address in more detail, feel free to email me, hawkeyeskunkworks@gmail.com. So until next Sunday and the next video drops, thank you for watching, take care, goodbye.